Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pop T here at Pop639.Z Radio via the airways of JCT 92.G Radio and our affiliates, as well as from the shores of Georgia, the captain of Flight Time, none other than Uncle Sal, via the airways of WKYSS Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another special guest this evening, one starlet that's on her way to big things. She's vibrant, she's energetic, and she definitely is courageous. This is her first time out in the development of her radio skills as the Radio Palace does it once again, another gift scholarship. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than Charlita. And you know Pop can tear a name up, he jack him up. Is that the proper pronunciation, dear?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Outstanding, outstanding. Charlita, I want you to start off by giving these individuals your full name, as well as your height, weight, age, and your specs, which means measurements, clothing size, and so forth. And let's see if we can even spark an interest for some investors out there.
Okay, no problem. Well, first of all, my name is Charlita Edmond. I'm 30 years old. I stand 5'2", 116 pounds. In measurements, my pant size is anywhere from a 0 to a 3. My tops are small, and my shoe size is an 8.
Outstanding, outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. I think that was very fluent. I didn't see too many gaps anywhere, and that is spectacular for a newcomer. Let me ask you something. We covered an issue throughout the day on the radio called Family Matters 2. But before we go off into that, I would like to speak a little bit more about you, Charlita. What are some of the things that inspire you? And not just talking about in life per se, but definitely let's get a grip on your industry aspirations, some of the things that you would like to do, and the heights of which you will like to reach.
Okay, well, first of all, sir, I'm more into the industry in a fashion manner. Like, I like a lot of things that involve design and things of that nature, you know what I mean? And I feel like if I was introduced or, put into the industry, I can actually reach out to some of those sources and those kind of things that would interest me, maybe, kind of focus on some of those topics and reach out to some people in that area.
Wow, wow. So you're saying that you more or less have an eye and a big interest in fashion.
Right.
Wow.
Correct.
And let me ask you this. Have you ever sought to design or be a designer? And I'm not talking about the type that draw their designs on somebody else's fashion and call themselves fashion designers.
No. If I was to pursue that dream, I would actually like to be the, kind of like the, not when you say the designer, but maybe the one that sits there and pick and designate what you're going to put together in, say, that fashion.
So, therefore, you have the ambitions to be a stylist.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because that's what the stylists do.
Say.
They actually select garments for celebrity artists, up-and-coming artists, for fashion shows, and so
right.
forth.
And not only if I'm not given the opportunity to select, I would like to be one of those people that, maybe judge and say, well, yeah, I know you.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting because we do cover some high fashion and high-end fashion shows, as well as promote and manage some celebrities. So I know that they're always looking for stylists. Some of the stylists have been on deck for years, but it's about time that they actually start training some apprentices so that someone will be there to fill their shoes instead of attempting to sit in that chair forever. And we know that's not going to happen unless you actually teach someone else and become immortal through your wisdom.
Right.
But is that something that would interest you?
Yes, it would. Most certainly.
Outstanding. And talking about the globe and geographics, have you always lived in North Carolina?
No, most definitely not. I'm actually originally from Louisiana, a little city called Thibodaux, Louisiana. It's right near New Orleans, Louisiana, so I would kind of consider New Orleans my home because that's where I mostly was raised at, in that area. And I ventured off to more than one place. I've lived in Houston, Texas after Katrina. I moved to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and also Florida. So I've kind of been around, but I'm currently located in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
So you more or less conquered the shores of the South because that basically covers it.
Yeah. I got that southeast side kind of sold up. I've been through that.
Indeed. With the exception of Virginia, Richmond, and so forth.
I traveled all there. Now, don't get me wrong. I done been to Virginia, Newport News. I done been to Silver Springs, Maryland. I done been to D.C., but I never lived there. Those states, the previous states I stated, I've lived there.
Right. If you landed your feet there and you have planted some type of roots or ground yourself, then you have been there and you have conquered that soul.
Right. So I guess you could say I've been all through that area,
So tell me, what have you done in the modeling industry?
Just younger days, like I did a lot of, I'm not for sure how familiar you are with like glamour shots and stuff, like the photos and stuff. I did that like when I was younger, but as I grew up, as a teen, I kind of did other things and kind of got distracted from what should have been positive things and didn't pursue what I should have.
So that right there, with that being said, especially our listening audience, we keep it real around here. So you got off into other forms of modeling.
Actually, yeah. Like, to a certain extent, I started doing it kind of like in a private, industry.
Right. So that industry can be very lucrative. It just depends on who's counting the cash.
Right, and also not to mention, I also had kids at certain points too, so I kind of, relaxed on anything, doing anything. No time left to do mommy. So you were
in and out of the industry more or less. Okay.
Yes, exactly correct.
And let me ask you this, staying on that particular subject about getting distracted, what is one of the jewels that you would drop to those models coming behind you, whether they be younger or older, because they have all age brackets now?
Most definitely stay focused. Don't let nothing stop you. Like, no matter what, if it's not life or death matter, try to pursue it, because it's only so many opportunities you're going to get in that area.
Got that right.
It's so easy to lose focus, and it's so easy to lose talent. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Get caught up in the wrong things. So that's definitely the main thing, and stay strong, pray. Have faith, believe in yourself. Know that you can do it.
Indeed.
Know that you can, set goals. Make sure you're still conquering something.
Wow. It's like almost you were made for radio, because our form of radio, television, magazines, and so forth, it may have that worm on the hook as bait to sort of lure folks in, but the objective, the bottom line, is always to manifest the truth into the ears of all. Because,
to inspire and reach somebody, touch somebody.
Indeed, because a lot of times they come, even certain celebrities and other folks come to our attention and believe that it's about one thing, and then they turn around and come to realize that, oh wow, we just did something that was amazing.
Right, didn't even realize how much you might have made somebody else,
Indeed.
Inspire someone else. Indeed, true.
Indeed.
I agree.
So the name of the game is to always aspire to inspire, so that you don't expire.
Right. Well, to whom much is given, much required. So with that being said, try to inspire somebody, try to be a blessing to someone else. Help them some kind of way if you can.
Indeed. Every day of our life should be focused on that right there. And if the entire planet turned around and began to live in that fashion, each one...
Oh, yeah, we'll be a different, much better world.
Indeed. Each one teach one together. We all grow wiser.
Yes.
And connect us in the highest elevation of understanding, which is love.
Most definitely.
A lot of people don't understand what love is. They think that it's an emotion or feeling or this or that. But love is the highest elevation of understanding, which means if I understand you, I know how to deal with you.
Right.
And that's what the Bible meant when Christ said...
And I still can love you and deal with you because I know who you are, and I've learned to accept you for who you are.
Indeed. But when Christ said, love thy enemy, bless them that despitefully use you. A lot of people misunderstand. They say, how am I going to love my enemy? Of course, love is the highest elevation of understanding. So if I love you, I know how to deal with you. If you're an enemy...
That don't mean I have to, I still love you. I don't have to deal with you. And you don't have to really necessarily be my enemy. I just don't have to deal with you.
Indeed. You don't have to vibe with them. You can deal with them with the long-handled spoon.
Love them from a distance. That's what my grandmother always told me. Love them from a distance.
Indeed. But that is the reality of not only this industry, but life as we see it, period. I tell folks all the time on the television show and so forth that it's all entertainment to me. And sometimes you can see where the pastors and so-called church folks get kind of offended when I say that sometimes. But I tell them, whether it's politics, religion, athletics, the actual entertainment
Those are
industry.
very,
It's
but you know,
all
those
that.
are very debatable subjects too. Like,
In,
it's always a debate in it.
indeed, indeed, because they all have an agenda, and
Right,
when they
right,
stop having
exactly.
an agenda and they come from the ground up with truth being the foundation, that's when I'll stop saying that.
Right. I agree. I
You know.
totally agree. I can't say anything else against that.
But in the meantime, we have to face reality as it is. We know what's out there. Folks come to me all the time and they say, "Well, what do you do?" I say, "Well, what do you want to do?" They say, "Well, what are you offering?" I say, "I'm offering everything because we do
Right.
everything." And they'll
In
say,
any way that I can help you and
"Exactly,
inspire you, I'm offering it all. Here, I'm
exactly."
here.
And they'll say, "Well, what is anything?" And I want to know what you're offering. I said, "I just finished telling you. Whatever it is you want to do, we can assist you in it. We're
Right,
not the one
exactly.
that's going."
I'm here to assist you. What do you need?
Indeed.
How can I help you?
Indeed. We're not going to actually perform the task for you or do any of that right there. That's
I can
on your
help you
own
achieve it,
agenda.
though.
There you go. So that's
Correct.
our objective here. And we tell everyone that let's make it happen. We're always looking for
Right. We're here to
scouts.
help you make it
There
happen.
you go. We're always looking for scouts, partners, and just building the empire the way it was meant to be built and making it do what it do. But that's the line. That's our slow success awaits us. Keep it coming.
Right, right. Keep things going.
Indeed. If each one teach one, if I show you the inside things that you may not be aware of,
Right.
then you can teach it to
Everybody's learning
somebody else.
something, and it's a better place.
Indeed, indeed. A lot of people look at it, they say, well, yeah, but you're not giving the right kind of intelligence. What intelligence is the right intelligence? Infinite intelligence is the force that pervades and controls the universe, that's God.
Right.
So the thing
I
is,
agree.
give them what they so desire, because the scripture tells us those that have eyes, let them see and perceive. Those that have ears, let them hear and understand.
Yep.
So
Yes.
there was two cross with Jesus. So he said to one, because he was an idiot, get us down from here. You have the power, you so forth and this and that. And he didn't say anything. But then the one said, Lord, forgive him. He don't know what he's saying. But just please remember me. He says, you will be with me this day in paradise. So they must be a thief heaven too.
Right. There has to be.
But he was a
If
good
you're gonna-
thief.
Right. Has to be. Correct.
So the thing is, there's a place for everyone. For as Christ said, I go to prepare a place for you. For in my Father's house there are many mansions.
Many mansions, right?
So
If it had not so, I would not told you so.
there you go. There you go. So with that being said, the lovely Shalita, we always set out to do 5 or 10 minutes, but we comfortably ran into heading into 15.
Yes.
And we could go. We could
That
continue
was a
to
good
go.
one.
Yes, we could continue to go and continue to build, because that's what it's all about here, is building. If we
Right.
build the righteous nation, we will destroy the wicked uncivilization.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we don't have to focus on destroying. The only thing we have to do is focus on building in a
Building
positive
and
fashion,
empowering.
and it will be done.
Amen.
It will be done. So with that being said, the lovely one, I have to call you the lovely one at this point. But you were wonderful. You did an outstanding job. I watched the levels the entire time. We may have fell off track 1 or 2 times, breathed a little deep. But the thing is, collectively, I think that you're one of the better ones, especially in this last quarter of this year, to actually enter into the radio world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I will continue to communicate with you and continue to bring you forth to the outstanding, fabulous stage of reality and allow folks to know that you have something to contribute, because just by bringing you forth, they will see and feel and sense that reality.
Right. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome, Shalita. I will be in communication with you, and we will continue to build.
All right. Thank you. Awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a segment with none other than Shalita out of North Carolina, but he also is from the shores of Louisiana. She has more or less captured the South, as you, ladies and gentlemen, heard. But the thing is, we want all of y'all with any inspiration within yourselves to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, and we will allow you to be elevated to the levels of understanding that you actually know who you are and what your capabilities are in this world that we call life. Success awaits us, folks. Keep it coming. Stay forth for some additional music, interviews, or more interesting topics. I'm Pop T out here with Pop Radio this evening via the airways of WKYSS Radio.